and their opinions. Okay, picture this scenario. I'm a YouTube sensation. yeah, right. Dr. V, just keep on dreaming, alright? Just keep on dreaming. You're not a YouTube sensation. Right, a YouTube celebrity, if you will. A very popular video game reviewer. And I'm very much loved with little haters on the side orders of the menu to go with it. Granted, maybe people like his stuff and people don't. I say something like, Final Fantasy is a stupid game and deserves to be burned in a molten pit of patheticness. And the same can be said about the Grand Theft Auto games. That series produces nothing more but thumbs up violence that has caused controversial all over the news, probably per game, and it seems to be okay for gamers to play and carry on with like it's nothing, and I'll explain why that game sucks to an extreme high degree, like no other in gaming history, because that series is so bad. You know, just picture that scenario for a second, guys, alright? And you listen to what is being said, the reasonings, the why this and why that in the game fails, and the overall opinion from this specific gamer. Do you tend to feel any different about the game or the particular games in general, or certain games, you have grown attached to? You have an attachment, basically. Usually you do get that nervous butterfly feeling in the stomach, don't you? The feeling when you cannot handle someone else's insight on certain games that you love. Regardless of how reasonable the insight, of another gamer is, even though this gamer may have inspired you in some way or form to be a gamer on any level, or even a YouTuber, and yet you can personally feel criticised on a certain game by the voice of another, because you grow that, attachment towards it, basically, regardless of how old the game is. Usually gamers do not like it. We've all been there, haven't we? And tend to cry about it much worse than seeing two 20-year-old geezers fighting over a 20p piece in the middle of a street. And it ends up in a brawl-out fight, in which results in both of them getting their faces caved in by each other, and voice their own insight in a Red Lantern-like rage. You get some gamers who are like, meh, fine, you've had your say, okay? They're like, basically, meh, I love the game, and I do not care what anybody says about it. I disagree with you on a few things here and there, but you have your tastes and likes, as do I. Thank you for sharing, and good night. Some gamers are reasonable and see the light here and there, and just a small majority of them are kind of influenced by your insight and tend to feel just a little bit different about the game due to criticism or honest feedback from your perspective, basically. Like to say you have noticed things about the game that another gamer has never even considered, basically. Whether it be its fan base, the influence to the audience of what the game offers, as to say, do you want to be like what you play in the game, what the game encourages, the negative effects, the morals, etc. Game cetera. It all comes down to this, my fellow viewers and gamers all across the globe. Every gamer out there has their likes and dislikes, loves and hates about each game they play. And thankfully, since all humans are varied and uniquely different, so are the games that appeals to them on a personal level. So eventually, yes, they will start growing opinions, their own judgment and feelings for the game, as it offers or even provides you with something unique that most other games do not, regardless of how old or even the new the game is, with all its elements. Elements. You know what the elements are in games, don't you? Such as graphics, gameplay, music, the controls, you get the point. Elements, right? I will go on a little bit more here, but I wanted to keep this simple and brief. Can you handle gamers' opinions on video games, whether you have grown attached to them or not? You see, for someone to give an insight on games that you've never heard of before, let alone even played, you tend to easily shrug it off your shoulders and think, yeah, that game looks bad. Look at some of the... it looks bad, look at the graphics. I don't know, I don't think I'll even grow attached to that game. I've never played it, so it wouldn't really appeal to me. See how easy that is? Or even some of you may even think, interesting game, bit harsh here and there, unless there's a positive look on the game. But when it comes to your family members of your gaming history, so to speak, You know, you grow attachment to all these different games that you grew up with. Or even if you didn't, you still grow attached to them. Then you go in all defensive mode, don't you? You see, mostly, when people give opinions on games, they give it from their own perspective. Why do you have to go so overboard? I can understand that, okay, if you're really connected with the game, you've heard so much praise from it throughout the ages. Why do you need to worry about what one thing someone says about the game that you feel negative, you don't agree on? Some people actually go overboard, like really overboard, like jumping off the ship into a molten pit of lava overboard, only to come back up like Mario did. Super Mario 64, just jumping up with his bum. Can you handle gamers' opinions? Where do I stand on this, right? I can handle any opinion on any video games. If I like the game, I'll grow attachment to it. There's nothing that anyone can say that can make me change my opinion on my overall judgment of the game entirely. They like their stuff, as do I. I am my own gamer, right? Some people are like, maybe I should stop playing this game then. I'll fit into that crowd. No, don't play games just because someone else told you to. That affects your decision. You're not really a gamer if you're just going to go along with whatever people say. Be your own gamer, people. Who cares what someone else says? They saying it doesn't change anything about the game, how you feel about it. It shouldn't. So how do you feel? I'm Dr. Virtual, the Retroholic. And may retro games live on. May they live on.